the workers of the Jamaican Labour Party. Let us make sure that everybody chooses your MP, that they choose Andrew, Michael Holness, that they choose the Jamaican Labour Party, and they choose Jamaica for a future that will secure government.
The president is not Jamaica. It's not. True Jamaica. True Jamaica. True Jamaica. Who want the True Jamaica? Who want the big man? Who run the island? Who got the best plan? Who are the champion? Who want the big man? Who run the island? Who got the best plan?
Thank you very much, Minister and Member of Parliament, Mr. Edmund Bartlett. Now, to come here and address you, my colleague, my brother,
Sorry, has somebody see this?
Chacha boy,
Alright, we're gonna sit down and
he hails from the southern section of Jamaica. But before I ask him to come, I want you to take note that the Orange people, they're running a disruptive campaign. They have no plans. They seek to destroy. And when they said that they were coming with the rhetoric, time comes. We thought that they were going to say something sensible. But when we heard later on, it was actually time came for blood and fire. What does that mean? Because my friend who is coming now, he has to be very careful because some persons are declaring war. And when persons are coerced, I believe, by our performance to declare war, it speaks to their level of vulnerability. And I have to say to my brother, stand strong, because we are one Labour Party, and we are with you. So help me now to welcome from St. Elizabeth, from St. Elizabeth, from Whitford, the best member of Parliament, Lord Farmer, for the Jamaica Labour Party. The last time when we went out, there were some seats that they said we could not win. But we showed them when the Labour Party organized, when the Labour Party work together, when we get on the ground, nothing can beat the Jamaica Labour Party. And the reason why we did so well in the last time is because we selected some great
candidates. Some people who know the communities, grow in the area, work in the area, and they have been representing well. We are not like the other side, where just try to throw people in any constituency. And that is why I have no fear in Jericho support. Because I know for a fact that we never give up to MP them. Would you give up the hard-working Danny Lawrence for a man where his community no want him? Would you give up to over Hamilton, who has done more road and water in 4 years than 30 years on the other side? And I know you are not going to give up a man who stood in the good times and the bad times. A man who went on to be an excellent mayor. You are not going to give up the MP for South St. James. The idea is we're only criticizing. The truth is, on any level, your party have a better team. And you know, whether you are PMP, whether you are JLP, whether you are no P, you must can look on. And when you compare what one side put up, and you compare this team, you must can say, the Labour Party have a better team. Remember, the man who is the opposition spokesperson on security, he got his chance already. Did he bring down the murders like this government? Did he invest in the police like this government? Did he build police stations like this government? So would you trade Dr. Chang with the man named Monty? Spokesperson for health. Every day he take up a try find scandal before he try doing an idea. While he might try find scandal, Mr. Dr. Tufton, a Bill Hospital, a home clinic, he get left, right and center, moving healthcare forward. So let me ask you, would you trade Dr. Tufton with a man named Dan? I can't give you any area. I can talk about sports and how we know how we light up Sabina Park and how we get in a new stadium. We know how to kill Babsy Grange. But the one that hurt me, when you look at the top, he not look ready, he not sound ready, he not behave ready. You train our visionary action. Oriented leader, Dr. Holness, I don't even like to compare because our leader and prime minister is a cut above the rest. agriculture. Because they don't even respect the farmers enough to have somebody in the house shadowing agriculture. They have no regard for the farmers of this country. And when you listen to them speak about agriculture, all them do is talk about when the Labour Party already had done. They don't have any new ideas. In fact, when we said that first, me and them run going to our classroom and said they have a big idea. You know what the idea means? To tax Jamaican people. We are not going back to the days of taxing. But I understand their problem in agriculture. They do not have a track record to run on. You ask them in their 22 years, show me the cold storage where you build the farm. Right now, this government is building 3 cold storage, spending more than $1 billion. In fact, I am trying to get the Prime Minister to open one this week. We are going to put more rivers. I hear them talk about mechanization of agriculture. They had 22 years. If they had bought 1 tractor per year, when we went to RADA, we would have found 22 tractors. When we went to RADA, we found 7 tractors. 3 of them by under Labour Party government. Right now, RADA has 24 tractors under the talk to us about agriculture. We see them run up and down now because they dream of things. In the 1970s, the leader of the other party at that time go in a man's farm and say, if you vote for me, me bring water from the Black River and the water in the farm. In the 1970s, did it happen? Did they do it? Well, last week, this Prime Minister broke ground for the future place. You know, listen to them when they talk. Because through them don't have a track record, them just try to tear down. Every day they jump about import. I can tell you something. We are the government that is cutting agricultural import in key areas. And when they were there, ask them what were their production numbers. How much food the country produced? Well, let me tell you, they did not pass 600,000 tons. Let me tell you something. In 2021, your government went to 700,000 tons of local production. In 2022, we got to 800,000 tons of local production. Let me tell you something. Even after Hurricane Barry, we still produce more than them. So, they say anywhere southwest St. Elizabeth goes, the government goes. Well, Prime Minister, prepare yourself, because we're going straight to a third My final thing is here, folks. pull out everybody. Because I have told my people in Southwest, you see, this election, we don't want just win. We want to win big. We want to send a message to the other side that they cannot play with the future of Jamaica. We choose Jamaica. God bless you. Love you. Jamaica. Let us go about better Jamaica. In this election, let us go about the Jamaica Labour Party.
And when you listen, so apply. You understand why the PNP is a bad mind. And the ones that over here will make the most noise, they will have no seat. And after the election, they still never have no seat. And that is why when the government came the other day and talked about the bus program, it ran them up because most of them have seats and they will have none. But we have done the work. You have heard it. The numbers are there to prove it. But more importantly, people can feel it. This government cares for Jamaica. They don't. And that is why, to bring progression, we're going to get a little bit more details because last week, today's Sunday, so last week, I went into a particular constituency and walked with the next member of parliament. And there are some persons who believe that they have to grow up. They have things that go on. Because they are able to roll up and down in this place because we have a minister who is busy and trying to balance in service to the people, service to the government, and they have nothing to do. So every day they go here, and then running up and down, and they believe they have the place back. But when we went on, we got to realize that it was not so. Because this person is going to come to address you, has things under control, and she is going to be the next member of parliament. Let's welcome, please, from Kenton, West Central, the next member of parliament.
An opportunity to choose your member of parliament And every time you select a member of parliament, you select a potential minister of the cabinet. The cabinet is chaired by the prime minister, and the cabinet is collectively responsible for the leadership and the general direction of government. And so, as Leroy said, when you look on our team and you look on their team, we have a better team. And everybody, in your right mind, when you have a choice, you will choose better, because that means better for you. The Jamaica Labour Party has the better team. The Jamaica Labour Party has the better leadership to champion your cause. I want to just talk to you a little bit about the work that is ahead of us. Why we say that choosing the Jamaica Labour Party is choosing Jamaica, and it's choosing a better future for you. Lend me your ears, my Labour Party family. I want you to understand that choosing the Jamaica Labour Party for a third term to lead the government of Jamaica is a choice for a better Jamaica and a better you. We have used the time that you have given to us very well. When the Prime Minister comes, he will remind you of the achievements of the government that he has had the privilege to lead over 2 administrations. And the reason why we are bold in reminding you of the achievements is because we want you to understand that we have used the time well. But with all the gains that we have made, we realize that there is still a lot to be done for you to feel those gains. Because some have felt them and some are yet to feel them in a real way. There is no doubt that Jamaica is in a better place today than when we took over the government in 2016. Absolutely no doubt. What I hear is that the people still want more. They want more. And so it is important for you to understand that when you elect us, all of us with your votes, and we form government, there is another set of people that operate as the middlemen between you and your elected representatives. And those are the public servants and the civil servants. And if we in the political directorate make all of the decisions to improve your lives, and the middlemen don't do their work, you are not going to get the benefit in the way that we intended. Lend me your ears. So, I want you to understand that as we come to this election, we recognize that there is some reforming of government that has to continue. We started the work. We now have the money to fix the roads. But many of you observe that some of the roads are not fixed to the standard that is required. And so we fix some of them, so they mash up. They are engineering standards. What I discovered, for all of the years when the money was mismanaged, you know what was done? The standards were written down in government. and I dare anyone to come to pick up the pieces. But Lord, some ghosts of yesteryear still haunt government and haunt the results that you should feel. But more work needs to be done. And that is why we say a third term of the Jamaican Labour Party is in the best interest of Jamaica and in your best interest. More work needs to be done to complete the water infrastructure to ensure that when you turn on your pipes, water is running there. More work needs to be done to light up the communities, to electrify all of the areas still in darkness, to ensure that the street lights are monitored and replaced, so you don't have to feel afraid when you walk, because right now the streets are a little safer, and people are gathering in the streets again, and still more work needs to be done to ensure that those who choose to walk the streets in the dark and endanger you stay out of the way. More work needs to be done. When we tell you that choosing the Jamaican Labour Party means choosing a better Jamaica for you, it is because some of the things are just yielding results. I remember when we said that we were retrofitting the police service, and we had to deploy the army alongside the police to deal with the crime problem because we didn't have enough police in the space. Some people didn't understand it. When we tell them that this was, a temporary move until we get there. Because while we were deploying the JBF in the streets to ensure that you could walk the streets without fear of gunshots flying over your head, that your children could sleep and don't have to go under their beds. I remember when I went into Mount Salem, and as I walked street by street, mothers were telling me how they have to cock their ears and go under their beds, tie up their heads, because every night the gunshots were ringing in the street. Homes look abandoned. The place looks like midnight. And if you go into Mount Salem today, it's a different place. That unleash brutality on the people. Our crime-fighting measures must be accompanied by community development measures. Some people say, oh, boy, the lady choose Mount Salem because it's the stronghold of their party and it was going to work. And we watch them and just run around the place, everything are done. Them show up and take a picture and go on like them have anything to do with the work. Every time I go across St. James West Central, the people tell me, say the little madam's man, the little mother's man, oh my God, oh, he's clearly doing something. Well, the people have found him out. Good thing that you have spent enough time in the space, because all I hear now when I go across St. James Central is that, boy, the man already, in my brain, but he's already. He's already. Fooling up the people. They can't bring a presence. They wrap a car and park it and make it look like you're present in the space. Let me tell you something. The days of those kind of tricky politics stories. And don't forget, they still have about here people who tell you, trick you and laugh like to hear the little things. But ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, running government requires a steady head. Steady head. Taking decisions in your best interest requires maturity beyond the moment of what is showing up in the space. And we certainly can do without the vulgarity in the politics. So, Prime Minister, let me hear the people say, when the Prime Minister gives the green light, we are good to go. St. James and Western Jamaica, served by Area Council 4, stands to get the best health care that the public health system will offer. With the work that is being done at the Cornwall Regional Hospital and the building of the Children and Adolescent Hospital. On Saturday, yesterday, members of my team took a tour with the Minister of Health to look at where the work is, because we know that work to renovate Cornwall Regional Hospital has taken a lot longer than we would have liked. And I shared with the Minister of Health that there is something that we will have to have a talk with our doctors and our nurses and all of our public health practitioners about. When people get sick and they go to the hospital, it's a very difficult time, not only for the patient, but for the families. And increasingly we are hearing that many sick people are being told that the only way they can get treatment is to go to the private facilities of the very doctors that work in the public health system. We are going to have a different talk with our public health practitioners. We're going to have a different conversation. I hear so many stories of the treatment of the ordinary Jamaican who has only their members of parliament in high place, who go to the offices of the agencies of government, and the treatment they get leaves much to be desired. Well, I want you to know that we in the Jamaica Labour Party, we are taking stock of this. Because we know that when we say vote for us so that we can leave government, we want to ensure that government is running a way that serves you well, serves you with compassion, and serves you caringly. And that work remains in progress. So, we're going to have to look at our civil service. We're going to have to look at our public service. Because we find that on the extreme, we have two sets of people. One set say, boy, I know my party poem, so we don't really do nothing to make them look good. And they don't serve you as well. And some of you will say they sabotage the government. But then we have another set, and I want you to hear me carefully. Because in that set, some of the Jamaica Labour Party's family forward. They say, well, my party power, I don't have to do nothing if nobody can fire me. And on both sides, the people are not well served. So when we go into the next term, I want to put everyone on notice, all of you, that we're going to be working to ensure that the internal clients of government are well served. And the public and civil servants in turn, after being well served, will better serve the people. So my Labour Party colleagues, if ever you need somebody to have your back and to stand up for you, I can tell you that Team Jamaica Labour Party, led by party leader and prime minister, Michael Anchovy, we have your back. We're standing up for you. And when you choose the Jamaica Labour Party for a third term, you are choosing a better Jamaica and a better future. So let me hear you tell the prime minister that when he gives the green light, we are going to go. Your Worship the Mayor, my name is Marlene Halligan Ford. I am the Member of Parliament.
Based on your account and what I've heard from MP here at Clark, it sounds like a way for modern stage we have in St. James. Our government and party is running a constructive campaign. We're focused on the people because we care for the people. And we, for the first time, can come with commitment to prosperity as opposed to promises to trick people. For the first time, our Prime Minister can stand on any platform and say we have delivered and we have a plan to deliver more. We have delivered police stations and we have a plan to deliver. Right. So this time, because we are delivered, we have some persons who want to show appreciation from the St. James Southern constituency. And I'm going to invite the delegates to come at this point to do that presentation to the Member of Parliament and to the Prime Minister. Please, everyone come back.
Outstanding and exceptionally good individual. M. Magnanimous, always giving. E. Endearing. very easy to like. R, remarkable, very extraordinary. We, the delegates of St. James Southern, are extremely grateful for the love and support that you extend to us continuously. May God continue to shine His light upon your path. Please accept this citation as a gesture of our love and appreciation to you for the invaluable work that you have done, are doing, and will do to rebuild St. James Southern, which will indeed make our lives much better. We thank you.
Members of the platform, all protocols observed. The doctor, the most honorable and Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. For this profound privilege to stand here on behalf of St. James Southern delegates to present to our Prime Minister a token of our appreciation for your hard work, your commitment to nation building, your commitment to constituency building. I want to take this time to thank you for continuing to hold the Jamaican corridor. That this country holds, but it is deeper. It represents our love, our devotion, and our appreciation for our Prime Minister. So this evening, I humbly ask that you accept this token of our appreciation. I was a recipient of a scholarship, where which he was one of our presenters at the Jamaica Pegasus. So this is a full 360 moment for me. Again, thank you.
Are you ready? Welcome our Prime Minister, your Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew my Leverite family from Niagara, my Leverite family from Garland, my Leverite family from Cambridge, my Leverite family from St. James of let's hear it again. Last week, Sunday, Prime Minister, we decided to do a little thing. And when the little thing start to unfold, Prime Minister, people about to attack. Prime Minister, this meeting was scheduled for some weeks ago. All of a sudden, we hear some people are crying. We hear some people crying. They had planned was to have a giveaway just for the change on the road. When I made my own inquiries, they applied for permission just 4 days ago. When I checked my record, we applied both to the police, both to the board, at Anchovy High School from the 7th day of July. So let me say, we have no space for Friday again. We have no space for mission violence. But let me thank the team, let me thank the delegates for really that token that was given to us this evening. I felt humbled because, Prime Minister, you really get anything in a politics. And sometimes it costs you more than anything. But Prime Minister, let me tell you, I have a team that I have been working with. I have a team that is unified, Prime Minister. We are unified in this constituency of St. James Southern. You have never disappointed me, Prime Minister. And I come to my constituency with clean hands. But
As your member of parliament, I have said I am prepared for you to re-elect me on my record of achievement. I am not coming to you to beg your time. I am giving you the evidence that I have performed. Prime Minister, before I took over this constituency in September 2020, sorry, well, I will take it over again when the next time. And the number one issue in St. James Southern is water. Water is the number one issue. And from the day I became your member of parliament, my Prime Minister is in charge of a mega ministry that water is a very critical component of his administration. So I start pounding on his door and I said, Prime Minister, I promise to give the people of St. James Southern water and I need for you to work with me. Minister with responsibility for water into South St. James. And when I carried out that tour and showed him what was left of the water infrastructure in the constituency of St. James Southern, he said to me, woman, we have very pure. And so he gave instructions at the time to the National Water Commission to treat with the Endeavour water supply system. Prime Minister, we thought it was an easy task. But Prime Minister, to start changing out the pipe, we realized that it was a humongous task to get to where we want to get. Because Prime Minister, let me say to you, what happened in the 32 years before I came was a total neglect of the water infrastructure in your country. And so, Prime Minister, the work has started, but Prime Minister, it's not done yet, but it's soon done. The last report I got from NWC, they said to me, we are about 80%. And when that system is completed, Prime Minister, areas that have not seen water for over 25 years will now see water. Prime Minister, we didn't stop there. We went into another community up in Catadupa, Lapland. A couple weeks ago, Minister Samula was there commissioning terminal water. Over 1,000 people is now being benefited from that new water supply. We went into Spring Garden, where when Prime Minister Golden and I sat on the board at Rural Water, we knew the plight of the people in Spring Garden, Prime Minister. And through Rural Water, we instituted a system there, Prime Minister, driven by a mechanical pump, Prime Minister. But it was only enough to serve the people of Spring Garden. Since I became
Member of Parliament, we have moved it further, Prime Minister. We have created a 10,000 gallons additional capacity to what was there. And it is not only the capacity, Prime Minister. We are now building a solar powered generating system to pump water from the source to the people. We're talking about areas like Kensington. We're talking about areas like Barrow Road. We're talking about areas like Cottage Road. We're talking about areas like Tunnel Road. All the way down to Down Point. Prime Minister, water has been missing in these pipes for over 20 years, Prime Minister. We have asked National Water Commission permission to connect into their source, into their lands, and that is what we are now doing. And in a matter of weeks, that project should be completed. Prime Minister, we need to stop there. Up in Johnson, near Moko, we're putting a brand new 100,000 gallon water tank up here, Prime Minister. We supply water to Johnson, we supply water to Niagara, we supply water to Ellerslie in St. Louis. We need to stop there, Prime Minister. We came down into Europa. We're putting a brand new 50,000 gallon storage capacity. We had some problems there with the pumping. I was up there a couple of days ago, and as one lady said to me, Mr. D, you look like every garden know you have come then turn on the pump, still the tank start full back. So Prime Minister, the one that capital, Prime Minister came with me down into Montpellier, and this is the water system that is being done as we speak. Some $800 million is being spent to take water from Sheffield Spring into Anchovy, into Montpellier, into Mount Airy, into Roehampton, into London. It will be a game changer. We are looking at some 60,000 Jamaicans to see water for the first time or see an improvement in their water supply. The last time I spoke to the implementing agency, they told me that the pipeline exercise is about 90% complete. What is now being worked on is from the source where they're putting in new pumps and where the water will be stored for distribution. So, Prime Minister, the number one problem that was pointed out to me in this constituency is being solved. It's being solved. And I spoke to you recently about another water supply system. And this is the Top Roper Maroon water supply system. The design have already been completed. It is now going to procurement, and we're looking at about $520 million. And Prime Minister, when I do the addition, when I do the calculation, South St. James is poised to benefit to the tune of $1.4 billion to give the water. So when I said to you, I need my second term, because we're not going to make nobody come cut them ribbon there. Prime Minister, this constituency, I've got one lady said to me, Mr. Davis, I am in sympathy. Because I love my constituency. If it was a motor vehicle, you would never know the deal. You would never know the engine. Our whole broke down constituency with all infrastructure for in the past. The roads, Prime Minister. And you know, we have been doing a lot. We have been doing a lot. Outside of the tennis park road, one has comments. And we're looking at this park road, that's park. We have roads in Jamaican. We have roads in Nigabron. We have roads in Gully Road. We have road in Jaboon. We have Eden Road. We have the road in Richmond Hill. And these are roads that are slated to commence very, very soon. As a matter of fact, the mayor, myself, and the technical people from St. James Municipal Corporation will be signing a contract Tuesday morning for the road. We have some rehabilitation works to be done. We're looking at Anchovy to Mount Horeb. We're looking at Mount Horeb into Cambridge. We're looking at Point into Maroon Town, where we'll be taking out some of those bad spots along the way. As a matter of fact, Friday evening, I was told that the road is clear, so to start the process of procurement so we can start doing it. I know you have been here, and you have been here to hear the prayer. I could go on and on, because Prime Minister, I'm sure you will be back here very soon. The Anchovy police station, Prime Minister, is 99% complete, Prime Minister. Prime Minister, I can say a big thank you on behalf of the people of Anchovy, the people of Mount Carey, the people of Longton, where this Anchovy police station. And Prime Minister, ribbon and cut, ribbon and cut. You know, cut the ribbon and subject, you know. You know, cut the ribbon and subject. So let me tell you, you have a member of Parliament that I am for you. There is nothing else in my life besides you. I have a very honest and and if you look across there, the young man who's playing the music is one of my boys. The one who's standing in the side is one of my boys. But I still have quality family, man. But I tell them,
my family, and you have given me the green light to continue to serve you, the people of South St. James. So I could go on and on with my achievements, my education achievements. One lady looked at me, Prime Minister, and said, tell me something. Before I'm in my apartment, I don't see you doing something like that. Prime Minister, Minister Floyd Green came to address one of my pet awards functions, and that was here to my understanding. Since I became my apartment, Prime Minister, I reached out to the top performing students in the 15 primary schools in my constituency. This year, we will be reaching a total of 600 Prime Minister. So when persons speak about education, Prime Minister, I have a team that every year to raise money towards education, because I know that the CDF cannot go so far alone. But we have a right of your accountable for. We have a right of Southern St. James.
Allow me to compliment you. You look good. But more than that, you look ready. And it looks like I know you're ready. I know. But it looks like you have now fully absorbed the message of the Jamaican Labour Party. You know that your leader is someone who is very strategic. Every action that I undertake has some instrumentality in it, meaning that it is for a purpose. It serves a greater good. And so we have taken the time to go around the country to speak to you, our supporters, the base of the party, to report to you on what we have been doing as your government. We account to you. We also took the time to engage the general public, the wider Jamaican community and family at large, in speaking to our achievements and our record. It is important that we do this because you don't want the voters to take for granted the level of work, achievements, and accomplishment that has been done under this administration. Because the opposing narrative was to say, nothing now one. And when there is frustration, people can easily buy that. Take for example, the conversation about water nationally. But if we were to use South St. James as an example, they would say, don't not want to water in a South St. James. And that might take some root, because as your member of parliament pointed out, there are challenges with water in South St. James. I have been into communities in this constituency where I was told bluntly, no water, no home. You remember that woman? A young lady told me that. And I listened to her very carefully. There is a lot wrong with that. But I understood what she was saying. I understood. And when that kind of frustration exists, all it takes is for someone else to come and say, never give you water. As the wind, you will get water. And in that frustration, people will accept a promise. We have seen this before. In 2011 election, some of you may not have come of age yet, but during the election campaign, a big promise was made. When we win, we're going to take GCT off for electricity. How many of you remember that? And when they won, what they had to do? Not only they have to put back GCT and electricity, they have to put on tax after tax after tax. But in the heat of the campaign, a lot of people bite. They say that they will get IMF deal a couple weeks after they win. It takes them almost 2 years. Some of you, again, may not have been of age at the time. And it's a little while now, some of you may forget. But in the frustration of the moment, people will accept a promise. So, I want you, the supporters of the party, and I want the general public listening to appreciate that this is a government of action and performance that are promising. So let us use South St. James then as the example. In Lapland, Catalupa, your member of parliament told you that those people who didn't have water before, we have now commissioned the water supply system. Something went on for water in this constitution. Probably the largest expenditure on a water project in this constituency is now underway. The schedule to Anchovy water supply. $600 million of investment to bring water. Your member of parliament named the community. We have planned now the Cambridge treatment plant facility. And we have been planning the Spring Gardens Phase 2 and 3 and the Maryland Town water system. All those are in the works to come. So, even though things are happening, there are persons who right now are without water. This particular young lady saw me handing over a social house. So I was in the constituency doing nothing. I was there doing something. But as the community gathered to express their appreciation and happiness for the member of their community that is getting the house, they also took the opportunity to express their frustration. And I'll never forget it, this young lady said to me, I am 32 years old. I worked in a supermarket in Montego Bay. And I have to take almost a third of my pay to buy water every month.
Yeah, that's true.
You see why she's upset?
Yeah, that's true.
The argument came up that
That's true.
so if we don't get the water, we now vote. This, by the way, was one of the communities that is slated to get water from the Sheffield project, which is underway. But having waited for 32 years, because she did say that for all her life, her community has never had water. For all her life, never had water. She never catch the PNP then. And when she gets. And she understood very well. She said, I understand what you are doing, Prime Minister, but it's tired to carry water. The water, no. So can you imagine when somebody comes with sweet mouth and say, I will give you the water. I will even come and turn on the pipe and wash my hands in the water. My hands are clean to take my hands. You can imagine that she might very well persuade by that argument. I go through this experience able to show how I am executing my responsibility. I could show her that we have $600 million of investment going on right now. Pipes are being built, pumps are being ordered. And it is important for every other young person who wants to have the modern convenience of water in their home, in their bathroom, so they can turn on the pipe and say, shower! There is water on its way. There is hope. But bear in mind that we didn't create the problem. And I will go a little further by saying that this constituency was held by the PNP for over 30 years. And you see what I am getting you here now. Listen to it carefully. So hold on and do what's that little bit. And listen to it. And I'm talking to you, but I'm not only talking to you alone, I'm talking to people watching us on TikTok. Big up the people on TikTok. Big up the people on Facebook and Instagram watching us. And they want to hear. They want to hear. So, after 32 years, the PNP had 18 and a half years straight that they ran the country. They were in charge. There was no break in their term of office. They had state resources for 18 and a half years. They ran the economy of this country for 18 and a half years straight. And if you take what they have done for water in 18 and a half years and you compare it what we have done for water in our 9 years, we double what we have done. I don't need music to ride on the crowd, you know. Everybody can't do music. So, listen to this point very carefully. So I said to the young lady, the reason why you don't have any water is the mismanagement of the PNP for 18 and a half years, which we have not recovered from. There are those now listening who are quick now to go and say, oh, that's in the past, that's in the past. Why are you bringing that up? That's in the past and has nothing to do with today. Well, that is a silly logic. Because if we didn't fix the problem then, we wouldn't have the problem now. Those who are going to come now and give you some intellectual argument about what I have said, listen to me carefully. The PNP mismanaged the economy and created the greatest devastation and the Jamaican people called Pinsac. It transferred wealth from the poor to the rich. The people who benefited from that transfer of wealth are now coming to you to say, we want power again. Two of them benefited from the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. And now this young lady, 32 years old, in her life, never see water. Never see water. She never see them. I mean, she did. And I will not fail her, because she will get her water. Manage the economy so well that we now have the resources to spend on the concerns of the poor. But I want you to follow me a little bit more along the logic of this argument. Every government should be able to build upon the legacy of the government that came. The PNP has not left us any legacy in water. They have not left us any legacy in roads. They have not left us any legacy in education. They have not left us any legacy in health. They presided over 18 and a half years of decline in our infrastructure, of decline in our institutions, of decline in our society. You only need to look at how the NWC functioned during the period of the PNP. Debt-ridden, undercapitalized institution without the capacity to build out the water infrastructure in the island. Now, my 32-year-old friend, she's not going to make the connection with the bad government of the past that didn't do what they are supposed to do. Because granted, she would be about 15 or so years at the time. So she would know. You see, why it is important, therefore, that whenever we take the platform, yes, we want to do some gimmicks to get people to laugh and clap and do the vuvuzela, but we come here to teach. We come here to remove the clouds and dark narratives that have misguided our people from our time. Come here to educate and to educate and to remind our people that they know the right choices to make. And so we have been very strategic in making sure that our record is good. Now, a wise philosopher once said, when the debate is lost, the opponent turns to attacking the person. They cannot contest us on our regular performance. This administration is the most successful administration in delivering for the people of Jamaica. And all I need to say to you, you remember Jeep? You remember that promise? At the time when they made the promise, unemployment was high. Over 13% thereabout. And they promised that they would create employment. What they did? They create some crash work program. You remember that? Somebody might not remember that. That's the problem. And that's why we have to teach. That's why we have to bring these things back into the forefront of the mind of the people because they are relevant to the decision that you have to make. The Jews. Now look at their solution, which never really did anything. And I want to know. To look at what we implemented the work program, we implemented the National Service Corps, we made hard training free for our youngsters, 120,000 of them. That's training. We have summer programs with over 15,000 to about 20,000 youngsters being employed through the government. But I want you to also appreciate that the way in which we ran the economy generated jobs naturally and organically. We didn't have to create jobs artificially. The economy, because we run it so well, has generated jobs in the normal course of its operations. And so when unemployment was 13% or more under the PMP. Unemployment today is 3.3%. The lowest unemployment rate in the history of the nation. The lowest. So what's going on? I just use an example. Of their approach and their policy and our approach and our results. So now, because we have so many achievements and we are very deliberate in marking the achievements, I went to a school in my constituency, an early childhood institution, some years ago. And when I was about to go, they couldn't find the river. And you know, those young kids, they're going to school and they have even bubbles and the ribbon and they look so cute. And they said, Prime Minister, I think you don't have a ribbon. And they found their ribbons. And they tied them together. And made the go for us to cut. And so when I go to the basic school, I cut the ribbon. All you know to see, little brother and see. One time, if youngster go home without her ribbon in my scar, where is the ribbon? And it said, Anchovy. So, this is what has happened. about the police stations that we build and we open. They can't quarrel about the water projects that we are doing. They can't quarrel about roads that we are fixing. They can't quarrel about jobs we are creating. They can't quarrel. These are not things that we can contest. They are facts. They try to play upon the frustration, discontent, and real concern of the frustrated voter. To get the frustrated voter not to pay attention to all that we are doing and to vote in an emotional and probably sometimes more often irrational way. But we have countered that because we have a resume of achievement that we show to the public that cannot be contested. So now your campaign has shifted from trying to deal with our record to now trying to attack people individually. And you see this with the school bus policy. A policy that makes sense, that is going to benefit the people. They're trying to attack the policy, never work, and then now they're trying to attack the person who is implementing the policy. So I am here pointing out to you so that you don't get caught in this kind of false narrative and trickery that the opposition is coming with. Jimmy Cliff, because I've been talking around the country a lot, you can hear that the policy is getting a little raspy. And today is the anniversary, so I really have to get moved on. So now I'm sure, positive, that you understand what your party has been doing. Yes. And you are now more empowered about the devious plans and schemes and lies and character assassination and rumor-mongering of the opposition. Now, we will be going out here with even greater intensity to get to every Jamaican so that they appreciate what we have done. You know, we are not a perfect government. We're not a perfect government. But if you listen to some of the conversations, there is an attempt to compare us to perfection, which is not quite fair. You have to compare us to our competitor. And if you take our record and compare our record with our competitor's record, 90% of the time we come out much better. conversation is about the water in her community. She don't believe it's about the rest of Jamaica. And I understand. And by the way, all politics is local. She's interested in our local situation. However, the water does not fall from the sky.
Yes, it does.
Yes, rain falls from the sky. But the water has to be harvested, it has to be stored, it has to be treated, it has to be pumped. There's so many other things that we have to do with the water. And it does not take a day or 2 or 6 months to do these major infrastructure projects. They take time. Take money and they take time. Therefore, if you want the local things to happen in your community that you are pushing for, your local roads, your local water supply, you must therefore look for the political party that can run the national economy well to generate the revenues so that we can then focus on your local economy. So I say to all of the young people who want to disconnect their local needs, dreams, aspirations from their responsibility to select wisely, to select a government that can run the economy, that generates the revenue that they can come and spend $560 million, almost $600 million on water generation. Therefore, all of you here, particularly I see people who are here, half the young ones, they are particularly frustrated. They see other countries doing well and modern and have good facilities, and they wonder why we don't have it. But they don't make the connection with the history of that government. The 18 and a half years of economic failure, which prevented the investment in infrastructure that would have eventually brought water into the water. So now, Jamaica is at this point where it is doing well with the economy. But we are taking the benefits of the economy and we are bringing it, transferring it as it were, into the communities that have been deprived for years. That process must not be interrupted. That process must be allowed to continue. That process must be allowed to take root. And that is why we say to you, yes, you have the local challenges. But for those local challenges to be dealt with, we have to fix the national, the big picture. And therefore, choose Jamaica. Choose
Rich long time, we not chat on no more. But long time, we not mix our thing. Remember we full of chicks like criminal. Run the one single. In our face like now we have them a wrinkle. Young skull with the 17, all are simple. Think now all are simple. If I hear me, them know we are simple. From the yard of the night like money, I got my number, I'm with the friends, I'm a solid eye. You can no go up in the body, one of them are no fast man, they don't got it every day, when they don't have it. When I reach the street, when I'm rock and bound, I'm a whole lot of time, they get the money, Lord, I know what it's like.